Greetings, family, and welcome to another Ask Dr. Mumbi. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? Although this could be a Dr. Mumbi spiritual show as well. I really do pray, family, that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life very much on your own terms. We've been having crazy rains in Kenya. It's not even normal. I think there's a show I did recently where I showed you guys how they were spraying the skies. Well, since then, I think we had like a thunderstorm for a week, family. So that's why you're not going to see Sir Errol today. We're just making this a quick one. And, you know, the funny thing is what I wanted to talk about is I've been really surprised at the confirmation of God and that Africa has its gatekeepers. And these gatekeepers look like you and me, family, like I and I. Because there's so many of you who always email me to asking me, you know, why can't we do this in Africa? Why can't you introduce this in Africa? Why can't you teach Africans about, you know, their Hebrew heritage or who the Bantus really were? Why don't Africans know this? Why don't Africans know that? It's not because we're stupid. It's not because we're ignorant. It's not even because we don't want to. It's all by design. I keep saying the invasion of our people was mental and spiritual. And that's why even as, you know, we've gained so-called physical independence, they have never, ever allowed us to gain any kind of spiritual or mental liberation. And anyone who is bringing any kind of new or different thinking has been taken out. Family, from the days of independence, a lot of our so-called founding fathers who have excellent books like the Kwame Nkrumahs of this world and the Jomo Kenyattas of this world and the Haile Selassies of this world. They had brilliant philosophies about our people. A lot of our founding fathers, the first presidents who fought for that independence, including someone like PLO Lumumba, were assassinated so that the idea of freedom could end with them and could be hijacked again and diluted. And a lot of the leaders we've had have been sellouts since then. A lot of the people we've had have been gatekeepers. And I used to talk about this so much, I even got tired because I became a target for these guys, although, anyway, let me not get too into that. But Africa's gatekeepers are all these little secret societies, family. All our presidents, vice presidents, CEOs, the majority of ballers across the motherland are initiated into mainly the Masonic Brotherhood. But they're initiated into one secret society or another. Now the latest emerging secret society is the church. Of course, although the Catholics and all that, they've been there for so long, grooming. They even groomed the priesthood. They used to pick the families that had certain bloodlines of high priests and prophets and seers and take those ones to the Vaticans to help run their things. Family. Africa remains the same because of people that look like you and me who will do anything to maintain the status quo. They don't want to hear Jesus is black because they're making money from the Mzungu Jesus. Like recently in Kenya, we had a terrible, you guys have sent me so many emails. I'm in the country, guys. I'm seeing what's going on. But we had a terrible situation of a cult. I mean, it's much deeper than that. It looks like organ harvesting and crazy things. But I think like 80 or 100 bodies have been found so far. Because apparently the pastor told them to starve so they could meet Jesus. I mean, this is 2023, family. And one of the things that people who come to the motherland from the diaspora or when awakened people either come or return to the motherland, the one thing they say is, so many of our people are so deep asleep and it's by design. It's by design, family. And that's what I've been saying, if we are not having our narrative out there, if we are not telling our story, then we might as well go into small communities in the corner somewhere and just allow the ignorant to, you know, because they're not going to be saved, obviously. If you're in the wrong storyline, you're going down with Babylon. The colonizer has his hand in everything. It's very rare to meet a fully pure African organization that actually has influence. Whether it's a South African business, Kenyan business, Tanzanian business. that doesn't have some godfather somewhere, or one where the CEO is not either a member of the Masonic Brotherhood or a member of some brotherhood or another. And so it's by design to keep the people ignorant. And so unless we make it by design to actually tell the people the truth, we're wasting our time, family. And then on top of it, we can only tell them the truth on their, like our people the truth on their platforms. How does that work? So many of our truthers have been shadow banned. I think after Kyrie Irving talked about and Kanye West talked about Hebrew to Negroes, all of a sudden, one was taken off YouTube, all kinds of things, blocked, because they don't want the people to know the truth. And I feel, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it's so mentally exhausting to be melanated. Because there's so much to teach our people. There's so much to show them. And you know what? It's happening. I feel like the youth with the TikToks and the short soundbite videos, so much of our story is being shared more than ever before. But there's that gap of those Christians 30, 40, 50, 60, that it's almost like the truth will skip them because they're too diehard Christian and diehard this and diehard that. And then the younger generation will take us forward. Thank God Africa is 75% youth. 75% of us are under 30. Well, us, That's the only way, family. And what breaks my heart is that there will come a time when those who are allergic to the truth, who are currently our leaders, they're the ones who are still promoting churches, going to do donations in churches and stuff. When those people, they're going to get left behind. And that's the only reason Africa is still being bullied. Like, look what happened with the LGBTQ agenda. Museveni wanted to stand up against it. Uganda came up with a super harsh law. Bully, 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 bully. No, you can't do this. 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 And now I was reading somewhere that Museveni has actually sent the bill back to Parliament to be diluted a little bit. After all his speech of how we're not going to follow the Americans, we're not going to follow whatever, but he still had to do it. And it's because we don't stand on anything, family. As a melanated people, we don't even stand together. Our president, Ruto, was recently saying how insane it is that all 50 countries of Africa were waiting for an $85 million or euro or whatever donation from the European Union in order to go into, I think it was Somalia, and help the Somalians. With what we saw in Sudan the other day, proxy wars. The African Union is there like, oh, but we need money to... So our president was like, it's a shame that 50 countries can't put together 85 million euros to help our people. It's not because we're ignorant. It's not because we're lazy. It's not because we're dumb. It's not because we're stupid. It's by design. And until we really get that in our thick skulls, family, and I love you all so much, but it's frustrating to talk about this year in, year out. Until we get it into our heads that everything we're living as a melanated people right now is by the design of our enemies, then we'll continue going round in circles. Because it's like we're still trying to suck up to the colonizer. We still want his approval. We still want to be in his story. We don't want to ruffle the feathers too much. Because I have not seen anywhere. I recently just did a show on how now Netflix is being sued for, culturally appropriating a black actress to Cleopatra. Like an Egyptian lawyer actually believes Cleopatra was not black. And he's willing to ruffle so many feathers, but where's our truth? I was expecting, there's so many brilliant melanated Egyptologists. Where are they rebuttaling? First of all, are they even being given a platform to speak? Because this guy's been everywhere. He's been on CNN, he was on Sky News. They love this. I'm someone who loves this kind of messiness. But where are our scholars saying, no, actually, Cleopatra was, where are they? And the gatekeepers will never allow it, family. Africa is still colonized mentally. Until we can tell our own story without fear or favor, then just know we're still colonized. And there are one or two of you who have reached out to me about the possibility of opening a continental channel, either through a trusteeship. There's one or two ballers who are interested. But are we truly ready? Because that in its own will be a revolutionary act. But those are stories for other days. If you're in South Africa, definitely support Ron on May 20th, 2023. Hebrew to Negroes, finally on the motherland. And of course, family, I know you guys say I'm too far from the camera, I'm too close, you want to see my face, I don't know what. We'll get it together. As long as you're getting the message, that's all that matters, because we are reporting live and direct from 5D reality. Tuko pamoja.